She is tricky, daring, and very lucky. But an Albuquerque woman keeps pressing her luck, and there's growing concern that she may be speeding toward a bad end for herself and other innocent people, people like you. On tonight's special assignment, Kim Holland confronts a woman who is a tragedy in the making.
In the 5 years Patricia Carvalho has been able to legally drink, law enforcement say the 26-year-old Albuquerque resident has racked up quite a history of boozing and driving, but she's caught some big breaks. She could have faced 3 DWIs,
Right.
and she's only got 1 on her record.
Right.
She is one of our career chronic offenders.
Other people's lives are at risk.
Carvalho got her first DWI in 2008, just 3 months after turning 21. She was twice the legal driving limit and found guilty at trial. The state ordered her to have an ignition interlock for a year. But apparently Carvalho didn't learn from her mistakes, and she keeps making more. 2 years ago, Carvalho got arrested for aggravated DWI after records say she nearly clipped a sheriff's deputy's car. When the officer asked if she had been drinking alcohol, she said, "Yes, I had quite a few." Deputies say she blew a .22. That's nearly 3 times the legal limit to drive. What's more, 5 months later, the court says she tested positive for cocaine and was rearrested. But before trial, the arresting deputy was sent overseas for military duty and couldn't make it back to court, so the state dismissed the charge.
When we don't have the evidence, the state can't go forward.
Officers say she got out of another DWI here at Central and San Mateo last August when officers pulled her over for running a red light. It was 2:30 in the morning. They suspected she was drunk. His report says she was very intoxicated with bloodshot, watery eyes and slurred speech. Carvalho even admitted consuming 3 drinks of alcohol. But when the officer got her license and went to his car to call a DWI officer, she drove off. The officer says she raced through this Walmart parking lot and ran several stop signs before he lost her.
Could have been a very fatal mistake. You know, she could have killed someone else. She could have killed herself, anyone in her vehicle.
Because officers never tested Carvalho for DWI, they could never charge her with the crime. We had no trouble tracking her down to ask her about her DWI arrests.
I didn't get a DWI arrest.
You've never been arrested for a DWI?
No.
3 of them? Not one last year, not one in 2011, and one not in 2008?
No.
Have you seen your mugshot on file?
Well, I got arrested, but I'm not going to talk to you about it.
Carvalho was eventually summoned to court for running a red light, resisting arrest, and reckless driving for the latest incident. Anti-DWI advocate Linda Atkinson questions why APD left a suspected drunk driver in a car, giving her the opportunity to flee.
It shows the impairment of someone who is out there to do what they want and ignore the law completely.
APD tells us there's no set policy when to leave someone in a car. Officers make that decision on a case-by-case basis. District Attorney Carrie Brandenburg says a judge could still help change Carvalho's behavior and wake her up.
A judge may be tougher given her background.
Kim Holland, KRQE News 13.
We'll see. Patricia Carvalho is expected to go on trial next month for the charges in her latest case, the case where she ran from police.